Hey, what's up? We're lifewithoutpants with another Path of Exile video, and in today's video we're going to talk about a couple of things. We're going to talk about Expedition and we're going to talk about Heist. And for those of you who are interested, I have been running one or two atoll maps. We are taking the following tree, so we're taking all the Heist nodes on the tree possible. We're going for contracts on your maps have 100% more likely to have deception in them because we want the deception contracts. We're taking the Syrian Exarch, we're taking the top hat, we're taking these here, but we're not taking a noble quest or scratching up the ground. And the reason for that is I want to find out the base probability for any of the 4 expedition leaders to turn up. As one of the pieces of science we wanted to do. We're taking all the expedition stuff that doesn't include increased chance, so these plus 4% chance to contain an expedition, we're not using those because we're using scarabs, but we're taking everything else. We're also taking the NIKO tech over here, we're taking the map nodes, and we're taking these dominating shrine things just because it's nice to get a couple of shrines every so often. It's nice to get the zoom shrine, super fun. And then we're taking the Heist contracts in your maps have 100% more likely to have level 3 jobs. That's pretty good for us as well. So that's what the tree looks like. Pretty, you know, pretty much what you'd expect for somebody running Expedition with a Scarab. And pretty much what you'd expect for somebody running for Heist. And if we look at our map here, so we've got area contains the smuggler's cache, the only sextant we're using. I've actually put it on every single one. So if you put the same sextant on all 4 void stones, then it just uses one after the other, after the other, after the other. It rotates through them. Also, if you have 4 sextants in your inventory and you right click and then hold down, I think shift, and then apply it to 1, and then you keep going, it'll keep using the ones in your inventory first. So pretty good to know. And as far as our maps go, we just got alks and chisels on them. We haven't vialed them or anything like that. We've got a polished expedition scarab, we got a polished cartography scarab, we got a sacrifice fragment, and we got the rusted sulfite scarab for the NIKO tech. Now the number of maps I have done so far, 287. This will be the 288th. I think I'm going to stop after 288 because I think that's a pretty good baseline. I'm going to show you real quick what it looks like when we go into the map and run it. So 80% of the time the expedition will be right in front of you pretty much. So if we just run over here, okay, we don't have it, but the NIKO tech allows us to pick up these the voltaic sulfite. You see there, we're getting the Azurite. Even though our sulfite meter is full, we still get the Azurite no matter what. And then we can just come in here, and I usually take, generally I don't go for the map boss stuff. I usually try and take increased quantity or minion nodes, the Eldritch minion nodes, because my build can run all of the minion nodes. It just gives them extra armor and stuff, and we use spells, so it doesn't really worry us too much. We've got the Huck tech as well. You see Huck has just joined us now that we've opened up the smuggler's caches here. We got a lot of, I got quite a few contracts, I would say. So it's Gwenon. So I have a thing here. I just mark down a Gwenon on here, and then I'm just going to finish off the rest of the map, and then we'll come back to the expedition. And I mean, yeah, you know how atolls work. So I'm just going to finish off the rest of the map, and we'll see what the expedition looks like. All right, we're back at Gwenon, and we've got. I'm just going to have a quick scan of what the mods say. Nothing terrible so far. I can't run fire because I'm an ignite build, and so there's immune to fire, so that one we can't run. And if there's the 100% chance for monsters to avoid being ignited, then we can't run that one either. But these are pretty easy to set up. You just go around, and I try to take as many runic monster markers as possible because those are the things that you care about. Those are the things that drop logbooks, and we want logbooks for other science that we're doing. It's very important. Okay, and then you just chuck that on, and I have 2 methods of doing this. One is just like following the explosion along and waiting, or the and looting as you go. And the other one is just waiting like this for the explosion to, for the dynamite to unearth everything. And then because I have ignite prolif, then that means that when I go back, I can basically do 1 or 2 like this, and then everything, so everything just explodes. So we found a map that you heard just there. That means that we've got a couple of logbooks here. And definitely missed one of these really monster markers, which is a shame. I'm very good at missing them. I haven't bricked many. One or two I've bricked. But let's go back into our hideout now. So that's the 288th map. I'm just going to sort all this out. So I'll see you in a minute. And we're back, and this is what we've got. We also dropped a Voidborn Reliquary key, so let's go and open that now, see what we get. Maybe a Mageblood, or we could get another foil tabby. I guess we'll never know. Let's find out. Is it a heavy belt? It's not. It could be good. Is that like Shroud of the Lightless or something, or? Chains of Command, 3.5 chaos. Well, that was certainly worth it. So that's great. Good stuff. So apart from our amazing Chains of Command that we just dropped here, let's talk about our drops. So we got a lot of currency, quite a lot of liquid currency. I think in total, I have some stats here. I think the liquid currency was somewhere around 20 divines. Obviously, we dropped 3 raw divines. One of them was from a loot goblin. I think most of the time they were from. Well, one was from an expedition mob, and one which was a loot goblin, and one was definitely from an influenced monster. This is around the number of T1 currencies I would expect for. We got at least we got 10 here. I'm not sure the Eldritch or Venomant counts. We got at least 10. Here, and we ran 288 maps, and it feels like you get around 3 T1 currencies per 100 maps, or 1 in 35, something like that. We got a truck ton of essences and scarabs, because you can drop them a lot of the time from Expedition. We also got so these are some extra maps, and the Shaper, Elder, Conqueror, Guardian maps. These are the I still got these markers in here, so like these are to just separate them. These are the deception contracts, and then these ones are priceless contracts, and then these ones are perception. So these are all worth something. We got just a bunch of regular other contracts as well. I think there's I've taken sorted them all out. We got a bunch of maps. 1 or 2 maps. We got some blueprints, quite a few of those, and some logbooks. Again, these are little marker points. So these are all Knights of the Sun. These are all Black Scythe. We've got loads of Black Scythe ones, and then these are the other ones that aren't as good. Quite a few vendor refresh currencies. Let's talk about the stats for the appearance of the expedition leaders. So we had. In 288 maps, we had 53 Danigs, so that's 18.4%. We had 75 Tujins, so that's 26, and we had 81 Rogs, so that's 28.1, and we had 79 Gwenons, which is 27.4%. So I would say, if I had to guess, and I don't, but if I did, then I would say that Tujin, Rog, and Gwenon are all at the same rate, and Danig's just less. And yeah, I think the next science we're going to do is going to be allocating Scratching Up the Ground and a Noble Quest, and then we'll see if those get increased or bumped significantly, because 90% increased chance to be led by Tujin is quite significant. So that's for the stats. Now let's talk about any notable drops that we get. So things I didn't count were definitely div cards. I did get a couple of good div cards. We got some memories as well. I got one of the Harvest Beast ones. I think those are like 5 divines or something now. Yeah, around 5 divines. We got a Doctor card. And we got a Shield Bearer card for the Squire. And why do we get the Doctor, we're running Atolls. This doesn't drop in Atoll. Except it can. Because when you choose your Eldritch Altar options, then one of them can be map boss drops for divination cards which reward unique jewelry, and that's why we got the Doctor card. And the same goes for the Squire, because it's a vendor, or the map boss can drop a card which rewards unique armor, and that's what that's for. So that's why we've got those. They're not counted in the stats because I don't think you can expect to drop these. I just wanted to do what I think you will probably get. Let's talk about our costs here. It cost us in total 4,728 chaos for 288 maps. We had actually maybe, I mean, I think this is actually 5C, so maybe a lot less actually. Let's keep it at this. So it was 4,152 chaos per map, so around 18 divs, a little bit less, maybe 16 now that we've now that I actually fixed that. Chisels, alks, area contains smugglers, cash, sextants. These were, I think, around 8C. I got loads of them for 5C, and I paid 9 and 10 for a couple. So I think 8C is very, very reasonable. Sacrifice fragments are fragments. Sacrifice fragments are very cheap. Polished Exped scarabs are 2.5C in bulk because I was buying basically with divines. Polished cartographer scarabs also 3C in bulk, and the rusted sulfite scarab. We haven't actually gone to see NIKO yet, so we'll do that just after we've gone through this. As far as our contracts go, we got 2,160 nice chaos in contracts, and that was because we had 127 deceptions. That goes for like 15C each. We had 12 perception ones in total. That seems low. I think we actually had a bit more than 12. I think I miscalculated a bit there, and maybe not. Let's go and find out. So if we just go into our this one here. So these ones, okay, yeah, we miscalculated quite badly, so I'm not sure. I think it was 12. Oh no, there's a priceless, I think. Yeah, sorry, priceless, they're around 3C. And then the perception ones. We got 2,169. I mean, most of this is made up for by the deception contracts, which is 1,905 chaos. So this is, there's only 2-ish hundred here that's not deception contracts. Blueprints, we got 3,250C in blueprints, and we had 36 unusual gems. We had 40 replica trinkets. We had 34 of, and enchanted armaments we had 23. So I was quite surprised that the enchanted armaments was so low, like half of the replicas or almost half of the gems. We also had the node on the tree for where is it? I think if we just search for blueprints, blueprints that drop in your maps have a 10% chance to be fully revealed. We did not get 10% of ours fully revealed. We got, in 131 blueprints, we got 6. So that's 4.5%. So that seems like a bit of a shame. I mean, if it's a 1 in 10 and we failed to hit it, yeah, many times. Regardless, we had 1,744C in rogue markers. We had 271,000 rogue markers. We picked up quite a lot of those. Maps in general, we made 2,914C off. There's just loads and loads of atolls. There's loads and loads of coves. These are all not bulk prices as well. So these are like really super lowballing it. Logbooks, we had 7,519C in logbooks. We had 21 Knights of the Sun, which go for around 68C each. Especially in bulk, we had 55 Black Scythe, which also go for 55C, which was pretty convenient. And then 21 of the 21 of the Rog and Gwenon logbooks. So yeah, that made quite a bit there. And then refresh currencies, we had 3,730C in those. And again, this is not bulk prices, this is just in chaos. And then liquid currency, we had 10K. So this brought us to 31,912C, and it's 264C per divine at the moment. So this brings us to 120 divines. And let's see, it took us around 3.5 minutes per map. 288, so that's 1,000 minutes, so divided by 60 is 16.8 hours. So you could, I mean, honestly, you could, if you were super no-lifing it and you didn't really have to do lots of the setup, then this would be very, very easy. Obviously, we can add in 2 hours as well for selling and stuff. And so that's 18.8. So 120 divided by 18.8 is around 6 divines an hour if you can run them fast. And that's quite key. So my build is pretty good at running them fast. And after a while, you just get better at reading the mods on the expeditions. Because the expeditions take the longest time. By far. Everything else is super, super quick. But the expeditions take a long time. And if you can get good at reading, just get good at reading the mods on the expeditions, then it goes so fast. It goes so fast. So yeah, 110C per map. It really didn't feel like 110C almost every single time, but it was. So, whew, man, it was a lot doing all these. I've still got all these left. I've got another 288 as well. So I guess we'll do those. But I think first of all, I'm going to do something like, I don't know, maybe 1,000 Danig rerolls to figure out the chances of getting Danig, getting logbooks or something like that. And then, 1,000 Tujin rerolls to figure out the actual, something better when it comes to the chance of getting like divines or whatever it is from Tujin. I think that's also quite interesting to try and understand. Anyway, yeah, would I do it again? No. Am I going to do it again? Yeah. With science. We've got to do science. Anyway, I love you all very much. Hope you're kind to everyone you meet. I'll see you next time. Cheers.